Google My Business is one of the top lead drivers for a number of businesses. Hi, I'm Munna from Munalytics. Today I'm going to show you how to set up Google My Business. Before we get into the setup, I want to briefly outline why you should be using Google My Business. First and foremost, it's absolutely free. So that's the biggest reason to use it. Secondly, it allows your business to appear in the Google Map Pack or the map rankings when people search for stuff like food near me. And thirdly, as I mentioned, it is a good lead driver getting phone calls to the business. Let's jump into the setup. So you'll need to navigate to Google My Business, click sign in and log in with your Google account. If you do have a business set up already, you may see this screen, in which case you can make the required edits directly from this screen, primarily in the edit profile category. For this tutorial, I will be showing you, if it's a new business as well, what you can do. First thing would be to search for your business name. As you can see when searching, it has recommended businesses. If you do see your business, you can claim the listing. It's approximated that around 56% of people have not claimed their listing. I would highly suggest you do so. For our purpose, we're going to create a new business with this name. I'm just going to call it fake business. Category, this is your primary category. In my case, I'm going to say marketing agency. The category can be edited later. The most important information I can give you when setting up Google My Business is to ensure that you are filling it out as much as possible and providing as much information as possible. The first question is whether people or customers are able to come visit you at a certain store or location. If you do have somewhere they can come in person, definitely make sure to hit yes here, because one of the most important ranking factors is how far away the individual is from your business. For my purposes, I am going to select no and show you how, if you have a service-based business like myself, can set that up. It will ask you where you serve or what your address is. In this case, I'm going to say that I serve all of Calgary. You can add multiple locations. You can also say Canada wide. You can also select that you're Canada or United States wide. Again, rankings do depend on how close you are to the person searching. So if you have a wider net, you are less likely to show up. I'm actually going to update and say that I serve to Canada and the United States. What region is your business base? Because I've selected multiple different regions. It's asking where is my main home base. For this case, I'm going to say Canada. Provide a phone number. This is pretty important. Make sure you are providing a phone number and your website, as these two items will be prominent on your listing. And the call button is where a lot of my clients do get their leads from. Alerts, not so important, but it might be worthwhile. Google does sometimes send out notices about what's new, what's going on, and what improvements you can make to your business. It doesn't affect your rankings as far as I'm aware. You will need to add in a mailing address. This, if you selected that you do not have a physical office or somewhere that customers can come to visit you, will just serve as Google's way to verify. If you set up your home business, this can be a home address. This is not public facing unless you selected yes on the location option earlier. What this will do is Google will likely send you out a postcard with a code on it, just so that you can verify that you are indeed the owner of said business. I'm going to personally select verify later. Add services. Make sure to add as many services that you offer. So although I'm a marketing agency, I can list stuff like SEO, PPC, etc., and all the different items that I service. There will be some suggested services. As you can see here, telemarketing is one of them. It's not something that I offer, so I won't select it. If you don't see services you offer, you can still just type them in like I have here and they will appear. Next is your business hours, what time you are available. I would obviously select this at times that either your store is open and people can walk in, or times that you are likely to answer the phone. So let's say Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Add a business description. This also shows up relatively high up in the Google My Business profile listing. Make sure that it's a relevant description. I would personally not keyword stuff here. Obviously, I'm going to mention I'm a marketing agency. Maybe mention that I offer pay-per-click, Google Analytics services, and other items like that. Include my USP and a bit about why people should use me. Add photos of your business. This again is another important step. It adds a visual element. You should upload your logo and other items like that. If you are a service-based industry like I am, operating out of your home, maybe upload pictures of yourself, some of your work, anything else that you can really showcase. They're going to give you an advertising offer. It does vary country to country. In this case, it's offering me $600 currently in Canada. Obviously, claim it if you want to use it. For this purpose, I'm going to skip for now. Your profile will not be visible until you've verified. So that means that you'll have to get the postcard and then enter in the details. I have seen sometimes that it does allow the profiles to go through earlier. If you need to make any changes, you can click on the edit profile button here. Go through these items, make sure that you fill all of this out. There will be some items that they didn't ask you previously. For example, social profiles, which is quite new. Make sure that you add in any relevant links to your business. It just helps with Google to know exactly who the business is. Make sure that you add in all the social links that you have set up for your business. There are a lot of other sections here, which I would also go through and select as appropriate. Make sure again that you are filling out as much of this information as possible. I would also suggest if you do have a product that you sell, you click on edit products and add in products. It may take a while depending on how many products you have. Maybe start with the most popular products. If you're a restaurant, similarly, you can use this section to add in some of your menu items. With that, your basic setup for Google My Business is complete. However, there is some best practices that can help you rank even better. Generally, being responsive to stuff on your Google My Business is really good. The first in the best practices I would share is posts. You are now able to post on Google My Business. I would use this section more for offers or other items that you have that are very relevant. Try and post consistently where is possible. However, don't make it spammy. Think about what you'd want to see yourself as a customer and post around that. For example, if you have discounts going on, if you have a special set menu on certain nights, if you're doing something for Valentine's Day, those are all great posts. If I had to, I'd split into 4 categories. Those 4 categories being what's new, any events you have going on, offers and promotions, and product updates. Let's say you've got a new menu item for your restaurant. Also, make sure to add in questions and answers. You will see a little button for that. I was unable to do it because I wasn't verified. However, it is a good way to interact with customers who may have questions they can ask, as well as you can pre-populate FAQs. And the most important one is responding to reviews, good or bad. It's practically impossible not to get a bad review once you see your reviews start to stack up. What's most important is how you respond to said review. When a customer review comes through, what I personally suggest to my clients is if it's a good review, have a almost templated message. Thank you very much. Really hope to see you again. Appreciate you stopping by, whatever that may be. And if it's a negative review, have a structure, but I try not to template it. But it would be something along the lines of, sorry that you had this issue. Reach out to so and so we can get it resolved. I personally don't suggest fighting with customers, as you may see some brands do. As you're trying to build up popularity, it's not really a good look. Messaging is also available that customers can message you. If you have the Google My Business app on your phone, it will come directly to the phone. It does tell people response times. I would say usually trying to get back within 24 hours. See, on weekends it may be longer, but if you can get back to people in 24 hours, then make sure you are using that function. Customers can see the usual response time. So if it's 3 or 4 days, it's not a great look. And finally, make sure you are looking at the insights. It will tell you how many people viewed the profile, people who clicked to go to the website, how many phone calls you had, and more. As always, if you had any issues setting this up, let me know down in the comments. If you're unsure of anything to do with the setup of GMB, I am happy to try and answer for you. Thank you for watching.